Hey guys, I'm Al Washington, and welcome to my Mystical Lofts newsletter, the September edition. You know me, I'm going to keep it short and sweet, so I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. So I landed another voiceover role, a big role for upcoming horror anthology podcast series called Gotham FM. I played Jody. She's one of the callers calling into the radio station, telling the radio host about a terrifying event she witnessed. The episode will premiere later in the series this year. This one was definitely a challenge. I say that because this is my first real role in a horror genre, and it's very different from the previous roles I've done so far. The script was much longer. It was a much bigger part that I've had so far. So I had to really get the overall flow from the energy, pacing, and tone for my character. There were a couple of parts that I really had to dig deep to bring out the emotion, which wasn't easy to do. Now, there were some takes where I got it with no hesitation. And then there were some that needed just some extra attention. Some of the takes when I was kind of going through it just felt like it was just the same. I try to pinpoint, I can't describe it to you, but it's just some of the takes, it just took like a lot out of me. Again, definitely a challenge, but I got through it. I submitted my lines to the director, and which he gave me some feedback, which helped a lot on how I can bring out the role better. But the series is wrapping up, and I definitely can't wait to see how it comes all together. So more info to come. Just want to give you a little taste test, but stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, if you want to check out the first 2 episodes, you can go to horrorfmradio.com and check it out. I just got finished up wrapping up my podcast interview with award-winning filmmaker Samuel Hahn. He is the writer and director for his upcoming horror feature, When Opportunity Knocks. While we were doing the podcast interview, which is definitely a lot of fun, we were definitely talking about that, and also his press release for his latest horror feature. He's doing an Indiegogo campaign, which he's running now out until about November 2nd of this year. If you want any more information on the film itself, or just in general of his upcoming projects he has in the works, you can go to his website, dreamsketchfilms.com. And his full podcast interview I will drop very soon. So definitely look out for that. The Cellar got accepted into the Sydney Web Fest this year. So for those of you who don't know, The Cellar is a comedy fiction podcast about a group of young workers at a rundown liquor store where they get into a mix of shenanigans and chaos like every day. And I voiced the character Lilac. She is a new employee, kind of there for a short time, but she decided to leave the Cellar, the liquor store, to pursue something else, but then she kind of comes back. But you'll definitely know more about it when you listen to the series itself. And speaking of which, the final season of the show just wrapped up this year as well. So kudos to everybody, definitely to the cast and crew, and thanks again to Craig, who was the writer and creator of the series, for bringing me on. Much love to everybody. The Sydney Web Fest will be held Saturday, October 4th, 2025 at the Dendy Cinemas in Sydney, Australia. From the pictures I've seen from Sydney, it is beautiful. But am I going out of the country for the Web Fest? No. Definitely got a lot of things coming up and definitely want to focus on that. My schedule is like completely full, as most of ours are, but definitely mine's is, getting there. But it's full right now. But in the meantime, if you want to go to the Cellar, please click and go to the website, the-cellar.podbean.com. That is the-cellar.podbean.com. No Holmes Barred got not 1, but 2 nominations at the New York Jersey Web Fest. 1 for Outstanding Comedy and Best Editing. So for those of you who don't know, No Holmes Barred is a dark satire action podcast about America's first serial killer, H.H. Holmes, and his murder castle during the Chicago's World Fair in 1893, where I voiced journalist and activist Ida B. Wells. The New Jersey Web Fest will be on Thursday, September 25th through Sunday, September 28th at the Claridge Theater in New Jersey. But if you want to step into the murderous world of H.H. Holmes, go to the website, noholmesbarred.com, and check it out. So for all the nominations, win or lose, congrats to all of us. Yes, and that is it for this month. Thank you guys for coming out and hanging out with me in my loft. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in October.